Good evening and welcome to the Buckland Select Board meeting of Tuesday, December 9th. It's 5 p.m. We can move into our, what time's that appointment?
5?
No, they're not here yet, so.
Yeah,
we're
which is
going
kind of
to,
weird.
It says on the form here that 5:30.
Oh,
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
well, there we go.
I'll look at that.
Well,
All right,
we're gonna
well,
blast through everything else.
they'll
then.
be here then,
Yeah.
after the other stuff is done.
So
Perfect.
we'll move into our first agenda item. We have the Safety Committee recommendations for speed limit reduction on upper portion of North Street.
So we inadvertently passed over. We started talking about it, but then you never officially
I think
made
we all
a vote
agreed
on that.
it. We just didn't actually vote on it.
Yeah, to lower it to 25 from 30 at the
Yeah.
upper section.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you want to just take care of that, and then we can be official.
And we had lower north also.
Lower North
That
is
we-
already.
That we voted on to put the signs up for no
Okay,
parking,
we did.
Yes,
yeah.
we
So
did
we're just
that.
waiting. Okay, so when today and there was a car that said just that we haven't got,
which really wasn't.
We have.
just have the signs now.
Did you see that Moonlight Magic?
Yeah.
Well,
Next year could be a different situation.
Yeah.
yeah,
So I will,
definitely. It's good.
I'll make a motion to accept changing the speed limit on Upper North Street from 30 to 25.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We have liquor licensing amendment for the Shelburne Falls Airy, Order of the Eagles, for a change of manager and change of officers. So that portion there is good, because that's just a change of all their,
So they're still working through trying to change to a new manager. They had started that process last year and evidently ran into some kind of roadblocks because when they sent in their change of manager, it was, I think the ABCC figured out that their board of directors was also out of date and had never been updated. And then looking at the list of the board of directors, many of them are deceased. And they needed some sort of proof. And I don't think they were able to get that. Why it took them until now to revisit this, I don't know. But that's what they're bringing forward again, is basically take two, their second attempt at trying to get all these changes in place.
We have to license the Shelburne Falls Eagles. We're not doing a person, but they just need a manager down to.
So each liquor license has to have a manager.
Okay,
attached
that's what
to
I'm
it.
asking. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so what they're filing first tonight is paperwork that the local licensing authority has to approve, which they're trying to change their manager, and you'll see there's 2 boxes checked off on the application. Change their
of
manager
managers
and their
change of
directors,
officers.
officers.
Right.
So they've put together their packet, and in order to send that into the ABCC tonight, you have to vote to basically accept this is what they're trying to do and sign off on that. And then I will send everything into the ABCC again, which we did do last year for them, and then nothing more happened. So this year when I received the renewals, is still listed Arthur Phillips as the manager on the paperwork. I reminded them that we can't sign off on that because it's not correct. And that's when they came in with this packet to try again to change the manager and the other.
Good observation on your part.
Well, I mean, it sort of has been on our radar. They were supposed to be working through this.
This has been a couple of years now that this has been an issue that's been brought to their attention. So I would make a motion to accept the certification for their change of manager and change of officers. This is not their liquor license. This is just to
Right.
send this off to the ABCC for their
Okay.
for their manager
Just as
and
initial,
officers.
yes, okay.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
So we have, our other agenda item is meeting dates for December and January. What is our docket looking for?
So far for this month, I don't have anything pressing. We do have potentially a dog hearing with, our animal control officer, Kyle Dragon, but I've spoken with him and he's okay with meeting in January at your first meeting for that. So meetings in January would be the 12th and the 26th, if we went with the second and fourth Tuesday.
Okay,
What was it again? What was it again?
January 12th and January 26th.
Yeah, that's fine by me. January 12th. We're not gonna meet in
And
December.
then the 23rd would be the meeting, which is the week of Christmas, so.
Yeah, I know.
so there's,
I like you folks, but.
is that gonna screw anything up for warrants and payroll, or?
So next Monday is a warrant week again. We could always make sure that I let you know if you wanna come and sign warrants next week.
Just, I'm free,
You're right.
whatever, yeah.
Joan, you're very responsive. It's always appreciated. I mean, you all are responsive.
I know, well, I don't work outside of home, so
Right.
I'm pretty flexible.
Yeah.
So I think we can forego our second December meeting then, if we've got nothing.
Yeah, I mean, as of
That's
now,
about it.
we don't have anything that we couldn't wait till January for.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we will forego our second December meeting, 'cause that's the holiday week, which will make our next meeting January 12th at 5 p.m. And following that one will be the January 26th, also at
Actually,
5.
I'm looking here, it's 13 and 27.
Is it? Did I do it wrong? I was looking quickly on my
2026.
phone. Huh, that's weird.
Is it right? I don't-
It
is
could be, it
or is
very well
this
could
wrong?
be.
Or
Let
is
me
this
look,
wrong?
let me double check.
No, right here, 13, yeah, 13 and
Hold
27.
on.
Yeah, 13 and 27.
Oh, maybe I'm looking at,
Maybe they showed you
She was
this
trying
one.
to
Maybe they
sneak
showed
us
you
in
this
on-
I'm trying to
January.
sneak you in.
Trying to get us
Oh
on
yeah,
the
it is
Monday
the
schedule.
13th and 27th, sorry. Yes, I think it's because I was noticing Martin Luther King Day was the 19th, and I was like, oh, well, that'll be good that it won't be conflicting with a holiday.
So it'll be January 13th
13th.
and the
Okay.
27th at 5 p.m.
I also have to order new calendars. While we're at it, while we're on that topic.
Alright. We've got our documents to sign. We have the intermunicipal agreement for police services between the town of Buckland and Shelburne. That was updated to reflect
Right.
all the changes that we'd approved. So we just need to sign off on that
Okay.
tonight.
Yeah.
I don't think we don't need to vote on any of that. That's just to be signed. Because we voted on it at our last
Right.
meeting. Now we have our liquor licenses and common victualler license for the Franklin Community Cooperative Corporation. We'll make a motion to accept that liquor license.
I'll second that.
It's in the documents to sign folder
It
if you
is.
wanna see
Just
the,
looking for
the
it.
actual license.
Franklin Community
It's
Co-op.
McCus-
Oh, it's
also known as
McCuskers,
McCuskers.
okay.
Yes.
I know, I had to think about it, I said, what is that? You know?
That's
Yeah.
where my mind was spinning.
Yes.
I'm glad you saw that.
Yes.
Any further discussion for that one?
Mm-mm.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have the Blue Rock Restaurant and Bar LLC. Make a motion to accept that liquor license.
I second that.
And common vic on that one.
And common victualler. Any further? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can't do the next one.
Nope.
We have Floodwater Brewing Company. Make a motion to accept that one.
I'll second that.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
and 1 abstention. Mary?
Mhm.
Um, We have PJ Sky, that's Neighbors, isn't it?
Nope, Buckland Pizza.
Oh, that one's Buckland, oh, there was a comma between,
PJ Sky LLC / Buckland Pizza
okay,
House.
gotcha. PJ Sky LLC Buckland Pizza House. I'll make a motion to accept that one.
Second that?
Further, all in favor?
Aye.
We have Amsani Inc., DBA Shelburne Falls Neighbors. Make a motion to accept that one.
I'll second that.
Further, all in favor?
Aye.
And we have the Shelburne Falls Fraternal Order of the Eagles. And that is the one that still has some
Work to be done.
work to be done on it. And I think we should reach out to the ABCC for guidance on that before we accept that one. To see if we even should be.
Yeah, I mean,
At this
they've
point.
filed it timely in the month of December, the November, which is the criteria. But the fact that the manager is still listed incorrectly, we have to figure out from ABCC how we should be proceeding with that. So I'm happy to call them tomorrow and get that guidance.
Yep.
So we might have to have an emergency, does this expire at the end of this month?
Mm-hmm.
So we might have to do an emergency thing to take it up?
No, I think
No.
we wait until January because, I mean, my thought on it is that they've had 12 months to get this rectified.
Okay. I mean, it's
Actually,
been-
they've actually had 24 months because it's, and last year they started the process and then stopped it after they got their license, and then now, because they were back up for renewal, they started scrambling again, so.
So after December 31st, they're not allowed to serve liquor?
We'll see what the ABCC has to say.
Okay.
Yep. All right, we have our minutes and warrants for November 25th.
What's the letter to Franklin County Technical School?
That one is getting tabled at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That one's got a little more work to go on it. So we have our minutes for November 25th.
Right.
Great job, Mary. Make a motion to,
Oh, can I make
Yeah.
an addition? I think you call just Anthony, there's no last name.
Where?
Oh,
Which part?
well, I guess I can correct it and put Gutierrez in there if you want.
Yeah, it just says Anthony on there, that's one thing I noticed. Otherwise, it's excellent, but
Where was that one? What was?
we're talking about
In the,
the.
in the.
Oh, for the safety
parking,
committee?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think I was reading the thing and it said Anthony, so,
Yeah, no, I realize that.
all right.
We don't want him to go anonymous.
we won't, it'll just be Anthony.
Most people know. All right, so,
So I will make a motion to accept the November 25th minutes with the one correction of adding Anthony's last name.
I second that?
Any further? All in favor?
Aye.
Items not anticipated by chair, 48 hours, I have nothing. Select board member concerns?
Do you have to do anything with the vendor warrants? Do you have to?
Oh, yeah, we do. We'll get back to that.
Okay.
Select board member?
Select board concerns, yes, I have one, okay. I thought Moonlight Magic was a great event. Certainly brought a lot of people into our community, but I have some concerns about the parade. The parade was great, it was huge and everything, but I was standing in front of McCusker's, and I think next year that there should be more of a police presence there, because there was cars lined up along State Street, cars there, people were like sneaking through, and there were a lot of kids there. There were, it was, I think that there should be also signs telling people, hey, there's gonna be a parade or something like that, or even a lit sign down there saying parade starts or whatever. I'm not sure, but, and then, there was a lot of activity in front of it, because people were coming in and throwing candy from the, on the ground, kids were running and grabbing it and all that stuff, which was great. It was a great event, a great parade, but I'm just concerned about safety.
They barely got across the bridge because I was on the other side in front of Beth and Francis, or I think that's
Yeah.
what it's called there, and they were right back to the building, and when the parade came, I was surprised. Matt Fink says, I can't believe I got the fire truck through there. People were just, it was.
They were
really
inside the bridge,
crushed
they were inside the bridge.
Yes,
There was a police cruiser there, but it was in the parade,
yeah.
and,
But there were so many more people, and there were people, I think a lot of out-of-towners.
Oh, yeah.
Which is good, I mean, it drew them in, but so many,
There are about 7,000 according to cell
I
phone
was
data.
going to say, and that's why I said it was it was so crowded in that area right there, Joan, it was just like, I could understand that,
I mean, you can't close this because
It's a
because of
state,
safety
yeah.
reasons, but if there was a cruiser there and a cruiser there, or something lit up, it was just so dark, yeah.
But it'd be almost the same thing on the Shelburne side, if they pushed them back from that and got on the sidewalk, everybody wanted to see them across the bridge instead of up a little bit, If I was
So,
smart, I
yeah.
would have stood up by the library, would have seen it clear.
Right.
Yeah.
I did speak with Kate Chadwick, who was one of the organizers. I think this was the tipping point this year that none of them necessarily saw coming. And
Yeah, I mean, I
and there
haven't
really
seen that
were
many
only a
people.
couple people planning the whole thing when it
Yeah.
came right down to it, but they definitely are well aware that there needs to be some more advanced planning for that kind of crowd going forward.
Yeah.
It's a
So-
decent night, and it's gonna get like that, decent
Yeah,
nights.
and whatever it was, whether it's the social media aspect, there's been more influencers who've been sharing it. And she said, they were really quite surprised at the sheer number of people who attended, so.
Right.
Yeah,
And,
it was.
it wasn't like it was balmy weather either,
Right.
it was
Right,
snowing, and it
right.
was kind of ice,
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
balmy compared to other years.
I know, but, I'm so
Right.
happy that it was a success. I just consider
Of course.
they're gonna have to think about this
Safety for sure.
safety,
Yeah.
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 There was someone directing, I don't know if he was a police officer, there was someone on the, where Ashfield and Conway Street, it was there, but it was just one person. But glad to see it was a success though.
For sure.
All right, anything else?
What's that?
No.
No?
All right, we'll double back to our warrants. We have our vendor and payroll warrants for 26-12. I'll make a motion to accept both vendor and payroll warrants.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks for sending them.
Oh, you're welcome.
We have about another 10 minutes, so I'm sure Pam should be able to soak that up in her.
I actually don't
Town
have
administrator's
as
report.
much today. So one thing I did want to point out that I don't think we acknowledged when you were signing the liquor licensing, there's another page for you to sign that is for any licenses who did not renew this year, and West End Pub did not send back their license for this year,
Okay.
for next year. So I just wanted to call your attention to that as well, because that's another page that you don't normally see anything on when you
Okay.
sign it. So this year that's listed. I also briefly, I know we tabled the tech school, the letter and so forth, but I just kind of wanted to bring you up to date on the fact that the finance committee did meet last Monday. And this is obviously something that's very much on their horizon, given the large number that was presented to us at that meeting. So there are some follow-up questions that have been asked of the tech school. I'm waiting to hear back from their business manager, but we're obviously really keeping a very close tabs on that as we move into the budget season. So those are kind of the two big things. We are filing our, sure.
I have a question. So it wasn't clear to me, but how many towns have to approve it?
I think it's 19.
19. Okay, all right, thank you.
And they just need a majority.
19 towns vote.
And we have total, how many do we have?
How many?
In that, the total number of communities.
There's 19 total communities,
19
total.
but
Okay.
they're
Yeah.
weighted differently depending on their
Oh,
size and so
okay.
forth.
Yeah.
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 We are filing the MVP 2.0 grant that we talked about. Was it last meeting or the meeting before? We had a meeting this afternoon to talk about our next round of MVP grant applications, and that I think we have a good handle on some areas to shore up for the next round. And then 2.0 will be going in by the end of the week. So we'll stay tuned on that.
Lot of work.
Yeah, it will be a lot of work, but it'll be worthwhile, I'm sure. So yeah, that's what I have right now. I think I hear your voice. Yeah, they're both here, so that's good.
All right. If they're here and they wanna come in.
Let them know.
we can-
Guys, can come on in.
Still about 10 minutes early, but it's all we got left.
Oh dear, okay.
Are you here for a reason?
Well, my family owns a house on Ashfield Street, and I
Okay.
didn't know about this because my parents didn't. I'm managing it, but I don't get the letters because I don't own it. So I didn't know about the first one, so I just really came to see if anything's happening.
Which house is that?
Yeah, I think it was just,
Big brick one.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello.
how are you?
Good.
Good.
No one here tonight, huh?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
just,
we're
we'll-
early.
yeah, we'll give it a few
That's
more
okay.
minutes.
Nothing like the holidays for doing
Figure we'd
something
give you a
like this.
chance to get set up and
I feel like we need like a commercial break. On TV.
You on TV?
Yeah.
I can give you a small opioid settlement update.
Sure.
At all.
Sure.
Okay.
you know what, let's, we can move into our public comment section.
Yeah,
How
even
you like
better.
Yep.
Greetings, select board. I'm here as your, wearing,
Glad you have one tonight.
wearing a hat right now from your local health department. You were talking about Moonlight Magic. That went great, by the way, from a health inspection perspective. But I wanted to say that this is the second year of our regional sharing of the opioid settlement funds. We are one of the only regional sharing collaboratives in the state. We're the very first one to be created, where our towns who are used to sharing got together and said we wanted to share the money. And that's been funding some really interesting work with moms and babies, and with people in recovery, and also giving mini grants to people who are in early recovery and need things like the Real ID or a mailbox. There's been recovery coaching available at both the Trinity Church and the Buckland Public Library, and the Urban Public Library, and we just applied together for a matching grant to the state to try to get more money to do more of that, plus summer camp scholarships for kids from impacted families for next year. So I did send you a while ago, like a little one-pager glossy overview of what we're doing, but I figured since you literally need time to kill, I would tell you that your town is getting great recognition in the state for being part of this shared thing, and we are working very closely with a number of organizations who provide direct help to people impacted by the epidemic, which is what you are supposed to do with the money.
Fine.
There you have it. There's your update.
In a nutshell.
Yes.
Oh, I guess one other thing that I could mention while we're waiting to.
Let it rip.
We've had our first snow of the season, and I want to take a minute to thank the people in town who maybe got out and shoveled some sidewalks to help our highway department out a little bit here and there while they were clearing snow. We have one piece of equipment to clear all the sidewalks, and it actually had a bit of a malfunction.
I can't sign.
So
Thank
very
you,
much
Sean.
appreciated
Yeah, I
that
can't
people
sign
would take that initiative. Probably Mr. Grant here was one of them who was out shoveling away in that last storm. And
Just at home.
yeah. No, but, you know,
that does
we
remind-
appreciate people for their patience.
While you're talking about making sidewalks, if this town could stop making sidewalks that go around telephone poles so that that guy cannot shovel and wheelchairs can't pass, that would be great.
Yes. Well, duly noted.
I mean, we put in a lot of them recently. It's-
Yep.
Well, that's like across the river, they put that one light post up near M&T Bank. I couldn't get the snow blower between the fence and the light post, and
Right.
it could have gone out 6 inches.
Yeah. Just those little practical things, right?
Yeah, we blame it on engineers, people designing. Oh, no, I,
Well, but in all seriousness,
problem.
I mean, why do we have handicapped accessible sidewalks
Right.
that then require you to, that guy who has the little tool that you're talking about, I mean, he comes past my house, he goes in the middle of the road, comes back on the road, and
Yeah.
so that's not helping any wheelchair bound
No.
stroller pushing anybody.
No.
I guess you did all those are all done. I'm not sure what next to do those. And these maybe should have signed it too. Okay, thank you. No, I think the poles were there before a lot of the other stuff. I think they were there first.
Over there.
That's like when I see the fire hydrants, that there's a couple on Ashfield Street, in the middle, or in the middle of the sidewalk, I think, yeah. But that's where the water line was long before. Yeah.
Didn't realize, I didn't realize you lived up this way.
New Salem.
Oh, New Salem.
Anywhere near here.
What brings you here?
She pretty much does live up here, though.
She wants to in the worst
trying.
way.
Trying.
Retirement is
We used to
elusive.
work together when the old trailers, right?
The temporary trailer.
Temporary permanent
Trailers that, with no bathrooms.
Of course.
No, but
Yep.
not much heat, if I remember correctly.
The only way they got rid of them is put an addition on the back side of South College.
I was signing today.
Yeah.
They finally moved the whole department off campus, if I remember, didn't it?
Yeah,
That's
the
only
down
way-
building 400.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you, that place vacated with COVID. Most of the people most of the people are working from home. That place is empty
Yeah, a lot of
compared to when we
places.
first moved.
Wow.
Linda, is the picture that's over there on the handout you're handing out, or do I need to go over there if I wanna look at it?
Here. Yes, it's on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, it's a cover sheet.
Peggy.
All right.
Almost.
So we are just about at 5:30, so I think we'll move into,
My personal email address, or should I put my?
You maybe won't put your personal, because you're also a resident.
Right, that's
So great.
The support that gives just more.
Such a good team.
all right, so we're close enough to 5:30, so we're gonna kick it over to our GCG associates to present options for improvements to Monroe and Pratt Ave, also Ashfield Street and lower part of Bray Road. This is the second design form for these planning improvements.
Thank you.
fancy.
I was just looking at individuals.
There you go with that.
Yeah, somewhere around here, we got a sign-in sheet, oh, yeah.
Hi.
Hi, come on in.
Another one of them.
Yeah.
Back in.
You all worked the old copier, didn't you, huh?
We did. Just kept copy. We don't kill as many trees as we used to.
Hey, listen,
Through technology, which is nice.
I taught school for 45 years, and all they had was, I started off with the old one 3 years ago, when you put the fluid in it.
All right, Mike and Linda, we'll hand it off to you guys.
Sure. Well, This is a follow-up to the meeting we had at the end of October, where Mike gave some
we got a lot of feedback from residents about how the direction of improvements to these 4 streets, and so Mike took that information back. Dan's done some more research, so this is really an update of up to the plans he originally gave us 6 weeks ago, and perhaps there's, I don't know, things that we have to make decisions about. Mike will go through about what, if there's some choices to be made.
Okay, Mike Carter from GCG for the record. Since I know some of you may not have been here last week, basically this is a reconstruction project of Bray Road, Ashfield Street, from Bray to Craft, part of Craft, and then it's gonna be water, sewer, drainage, different things on different streets, not all.
And just to, maybe just for the people who were here before, this is a design project right now. We don't have any money to actually do this. We finalize designs, and we can proceed and go after grants that might fund this construction. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So when we had our last meeting, a couple of things that we talked about were on Ashfield Street, at 79 and 81. So there's a swale that goes down Bray Road, crosses through the brook here at the 40-inch culvert, but down at the bottom of Bray Road, there used to be a pipe that went from Bray Road to Craft, and then down cross country to Monroe, and then eventually down to the river. So we actually, Lucas Brinkman from my office went out and met the 2 residents. And actually, there's a catch basin, we call it a catch basin in the backyard right here. And,
That's your house.
oh, there you go. So, and if I misquote anything, did you meet with Lucas? I know we met
I
one.
did.
Okay,
He spent quite a bit of time.
yeah,
He spent probably a good hour in my immediate area looking
Yeah.
at everything. And
so in our backyard, there's a structure that collects water. Collects water from, well, there's a pipe that used to go through here. It looks like they capped it up here at Bray Road. Actually, right on this side, we found a plan, and then it goes through here and goes down and goes to another structure here and down here. So there's technically, in theory, no water coming down there, but
really?
I said in theory. But the stream was there, it's been there for a long time, so, it goes into a structure here, and then it actually looks like at some point there was, some work done, because there's a plastic pipe coming out, going back behind, 71, and then going down, which was
There's this chair, you wanna sit?
71.
Sign
So-
me.
Wait, there's a plastic pipe, sorry, that's our building, coming out the back of that building?
79, yeah.
Oh, 70.
I'm sorry, I said 71,
Okay.
sorry, 79. So someone's tried to do something, I think there was an addition done at some point, they may or may not have relocated it, but the bottom line is, what we think the best solution is, we've come up with a design, that it would obviously require some, if the project goes forward, it would require approval from the homeowner to allow us to go onto her property, and first we would take this whole drain line out that goes under the street that's capped, and so that there's no chance of any water getting into it. Then we would replace this structure that is in her backyard and run a drain line out to Ashfield Street, connected to the catch basin there. That would, because there's a swale that comes this way, this thing collects a whole lot of water.
Is that just groundwater, or is it coming?
It's flowing all the time, so it's groundwater.
Right, yeah, it's going all
But
the time, yeah.
you can see, Lucas noticed and he looked in there, he goes, you can see it's got more than just groundwater.
Then they cut it back if
Yeah.
you do it good.
So
okay.
try to get do a better job stopping this than what was done. Not that they did anything wrong, but just we're gonna dig the whole road up, we'll go down and tear the whole pipe out in that location. And this would require, at the time, approval from the homeowner to allow the work to go on private property, it'd be an easement. And so, there is no formal easement for these things, although there is probably an adverse easement because they've been there for a long, long time. So that would require like some sort of temporary construction easement to allow that to happen.
Would that be deep enough to be able to get the pitch from that catch
Yes,
basin
it
back
is.
to the street?
So what we would propose to do, and it's on the plans, is we would have, the invert in the street is lower than the invert there, so we're good. But I would put a backflow valve, check valve, flow valve in this new manhole here. And so if this line surcharges, it doesn't go, because her yard is lower than the street, let's put it that way. So the water couldn't go that way, it only could go out into the street and down and around. And I would also leave this piece connected, just as a second, there's no reason not to do it, but I think the bigger thing is to take care of this up here. It's not gonna dry out your basement, it's not gonna, because the groundwater is there, but it would, during heavy rains, it would,
If I could get some alleviation of what
it would
goes in,
definitely help. Let's
would
put
be
it-
wonderful.
Yeah, and so on the plans, we also call for cleaning and jetting these lines, and, you know, if this project ever went, so that the lines are clean, they're jetted and cambered. So we would have that as part of the, so there's a document someday down the road for the next engineer that comes along if there's an issue. So that's what we found there, and I know Lucas spent quite a bit of time out there, and it will work grade-wise. Then we went down, and then.
Now, if any of those pipes are crushed though, that are going through there, will they get replaced?
What we would do is we would replace them. We'll have line items, so we could go in and patch them and repair them, but even if they're crushed, we're gonna still take care of this going
Right.
this way. That's gonna catch any residual that comes here, and then we're gonna reconstruct this drain line right here, because it actually kinda goes on to private property right now, cuts the corner, so we're gonna reconstruct this drain line in red. And then, we're staying on the drainage theme, there's, a structure right here off the back on this property right here, which I believe is the church property indicated. And then there's a structure right here, right next to your house.
Yeah, I met with
We're
Lucas,
gonna, yeah, we're gonna replace those, and, because they're old block structures, and they make sense to replace. And that's part of the reason I wanna because in the contract documents, if you go to bid, it would be to camera those lines, and then we'd have a line item if we needed to replace or patch anything that's crushed. Which one's, I think this one's concrete, if I remember. One's corrugated metal, one's
What, concrete's down the lower
down
end?
below, okay,
Down
and this
there,
is
yeah.
corrugated metal, so that's what we did with respect to this area. We stream up here, the 40-inch pipe, right up in here. We took a look at that, and Pam found a report that, can't remember who did that report, but you had someone do a study of all your drainage.
Oh, it was FERCog.
FERCog, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So FERCog did a study, and, you know, they didn't find anything, any issue with it. Originally, I said I wanted to replace it because it's a corrugated metal pipe. So we went in it, we took a look at it, and part of the package that we will submit to you when we're all done is there are some small pitting at the flow line, so you actually put a quarter through them. And that's typical. What happens with a corrugated metal pipe that's been there for, say, 30 to 40 years, corrosion happens, even if they were tarred and bitumastic, and right at the flow line. They're small, they're not significant structurally, so you don't have to worry about it. The head walls are in great shapes. This one is a granite block. It's not going anywhere, so what we're proposing to do if this was to become a project was to line it. Structurally, the pipe's still fine, should be fine for quite a while, but if we're gonna go tear up the road, we wanna line it and have it last another 30, 40 years. So instead of pulling it out and replacing it, and it's pretty deep actually, if you go up there, it's probably like 8 feet below the road. It'd be pretty,
A lot of digging.
so it's still, especially with the head walls, they're in great shape. So that's one change we made from the last time. The 30-inch, which is right here, we still think that's the best thing to do is replace that. The head walls are, if you go look at them, and they'll be in the study report that we did. I think they look like they're like old concrete guardrails that used to have the cable run from post to post, and they just, it looks like Lincoln logs actually when you stand there and look like it. That's what I remember growing up as a kid building Lincoln log things, and it looks exactly like that. So you definitely want to replace that. Those are the major drainage items that we addressed. Dan, at the last one, indicated that he'd like the sewer manholes replaced on this Monroe Street. We've done that on the plans because they're old brick manholes, and we'll replace those. He was okay with the sewer. And then I believe Lucas met with Joan regarding, the biggest thing we spent a lot of time talking about is the sidewalk on this side. And we were gonna push the edge of the pavement on the uphill side about a foot into and you had a concern about it, and I think he came out and painted out where the a new edge of pavement would be if this was built. And hopefully your concerns have been addressed. I don't think so.
He was great, and, you know, my concern was the tree at the bottom of our driveway, it's really an ancient tree.
Yeah.
But he did the spray painting, and you
Yeah.
could see, it wasn't like straight thing, it's kinda almost like
Yeah,
curved a little bit.
Right.
And, no, he was great, and, he did talk about the sidewalk, how there would be, even though it has a stone curbing, it would still be level with the
Yeah.
street.
Right now I have the plan showing it's being, you know, instead of the sidewalk being up 6-inch curb, we have it flush, concrete sidewalk with a granite curb that's flush also. Which, as we talked about, you know, when people park, they could still get by, and it just gives them an extra 4 feet. But the different surface gives them something to walk on, and that's something that you can decide when this project comes to real fruition. But I think that in the reality is probably the best idea, based upon the traffic and the width of that road. And then the other thing that we would, I don't see, Dan's not here tonight, we talked about, there's a wall right near his house.
Yeah.
So we went out and did some additional survey, and we could eliminate the wall. It would require grading about 25 feet onto his property, a 4-to-1 slope, which is a mowable slope.
I think he'd like that.
He would.
Yeah.
I was hoping he'd be here.
Yeah.
So that's something that would require,
Yeah.
we take the wall out, we just fill it in, and grade it down, and then we'd have a landscape bed up on near the back of the sidewalk. And a 4-to-1's not so steep. If I'm trying to think what, but this 4-to-1 means it's 4 horizontal, goes down 1 foot, just to give people a, so.
Dan will be happy, 'cause she
Yeah.
wants to plant.
Well, and I have on the plans, you know, to re-landscape it and put some plants in there, to be determined, not at this point. So those are the major things that we did. There's some minor we just brought the plans up to a higher level, more to a construction level. They would have, if you ever go forward, they would need to be broken down into phases, because it's project cost. If you did the whole thing right now, it's about,
You readdressed all what we consider the tough spots, the bad spots,
Yeah.
and you can see what you're saying there, so that's good.
yeah. And actually, the resident at, was it 73, I believe, 73 or 75?
I'm 75.
You have the drive, no, you see your driveway's over here, the driveway's on it. So someone had a concern about the driveway, water coming down their driveway. We reconfigured the drainage right at this intersection and regraded it so that if we get a 100-year storm and a hurricane of 20 inches, it's probably still will go down the driveway, but if we get a normal 100-year
In
storm.
New England, there's not often a dry basement, so
Yeah.
I think we're all set there.
Yeah, but it'll make sure the water doesn't,
Yeah, stay
any
there.
street water doesn't go down.
Yeah, very nice.
So my current estimate, I started to say is $2.3 million for all of this.
Oh, only?
So if you look at it, Bray Street's pretty expensive, it's the longest run. It's all water, and it has two big culverts on it. So you would probably, if I was to just say, Bray Street would probably be half, and then the other two streets would be half, just to give you a sense of dollar-wise.
And what were you looking at doing from Pratt Ave down Ashfield Street by the tracks? That was just repaving?
Yeah, we're just gonna, the sidewalk's new, so we're just gonna reclaim the road and repave it and readjust the structures.
That's in my area.
So not new sidewalks.
No, because we just did the sidewalks, about 4 years ago now, probably.
Yeah.
Sidewalks were done, what, almost all the way up to the corner on
Sidewalks are
Ashfield?
done all the way here, all the way up to right here, right to the
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right there, this is Spring over here, right? Right
Yeah,
there.
that's a street there, yes.
Yeah, it's Spring.
Yeah.
So, do you foresee Bray Road being closed while the installation is going on?
No, they would have to do, they'd be one lane at Bray Road
Okay.
while they're doing
It's a
water.
long way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that answer before. The plans and the documents require one way, one lane, not one way, one lane, for the water main. So, but when they do the reclaiming, they would do, they do one lane at a time. They grade it and rough grade it, and you drive down a dirt road on that one lane while they go back and do the other lane. And then the same thing with paving, with a binder. The top You do the same thing, it's what we do all the time, it's just, because you don't have a shortcut to go around.
Right.
How far is it anyways?
You're
Well,
talking,
I'm at 33.
No, but the detour, if you're
Oh,
close.
you go to Ashfield.
About 10 miles?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I have a question about, so it would presumably, the water main is being switched out at the same time?
Yeah, so the water main would go up first, so that's just one lane, they would have, the trench on one side, and then the lane would be open.
My question is more to these guys, does the water department know? And are they saving money for it?
Rebecca's aware, cause she was with us when we did the
This
first
is one of her
walkthrough.
priorities,
Yeah.
in fact.
Saving
yeah.
money, that I don't know.
We had an incident recently, I think, where they
Yeah.
weren't ready when it
Yes,
was time, so I
correct.
just wanted to make sure
Mhm.
Oh, we're gonna surprise her.
that they get plenty of the.
She likes surprises.
But this should be through the grant, so it would be included, the water main
Yeah.
would be included in the grant.
It's a grant eligible expense. If Rebecca found a pot of money, then we could maybe do more of it all at the same time,
Right.
combine on her end, because I think this last round of CDBG, the grants didn't exceed more than $850,000 per town. And some of that usually goes to the engineering and the admin, so you might have a $750,000 construction budget. That's, how many times does that go into 3.0 million?
By the time we do it, 4.
So you might be sticking around a few more years, then, is that what I'm hearing?
Well, I'll be in the old age home by then, I'll tell you.
There's some optimism.
So can I just ask a general question in my infamous backyard? Does that culvert go away if,
No, we're gonna put a new one in, regrade, like, I know you have like swales, with ditches cut into it.
oh yeah,
We're gonna regrade that and make sure, it's gonna be a open structure, not open, it's gonna be a structure that will force the water to go in there and then go out to the street and then down the street and through the cross-country all the way down.
and how about the, I don't even know what you call it, I call it a manhole.
Yeah.
Under my spruce tree.
Yep, that's the catch basin that we're gonna rip that out and replace it.
Oh, okay.
And we're gonna put a new pipe that's watertight, so the water goes in, it will stay in it and go down the street and not percolate. But there's still, please understand that
I know, there's still gonna be water in my cellar,
the
I realize
groundwater
that.
up there is about 2 feet, as you know, 2 feet below the ground. or high.
It's just, recently it's become even more excessive in,
Yeah,
in the cellar.
that's what, when Lucas looked at it, he said it's life expectancy is gone, we're beyond it.
But they're changing up the flow, I'm on Elm Street up here, and the flow coming down from Flag Mountain, it's actually coming down another way now. It just, as soon as someone puts a house or does some construction anywhere, it alters it, that's all. So, you may not be out of the woods, Peggy.
Oh, I don't expect to be out, I would love some alleviation.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, I could float a, boat down there someplace. Could go fishing, probably, I don't know.
I'll take you up on that.
He dug it up and said it was running pretty good.
It was.
Yeah,
It hadn't rained, let's put it that way.
wow.
Yeah.
I have one more question, sorry, I'm on this page, the
Okay.
Ashland Street one. So sidewalk's not changing, but on the side that our building is on, it says proposed vertical granite curb.
What sheet is that?
Sheet 16 of 24. And so I'm just not clear, I thought the little dot meant loam and seed,
It does, yep.
but then there's also this dark line.
We're gonna put granite curb on that side. We're not touching the sidewalk on the other side.
So you're gonna put where now there's just grass.
Yes. Put a granite curb and then loam and seed behind it.
And the point of that is,
To keep the water in the street so it doesn't go down the driveways. is the
I
intent.
see.
I mean, that doesn't have to happen if that's not the desire of the town.
No, I live on William Street where we used to have just a random dirt curb, like no curb.
Mhm.
And then when the town came and put in a curb, and loam is a generous word for what went in there. I mean, it
Yeah.
really brought
Yeah.
like such horrible, horrible dirt filled with like all kinds of weeds.
Yeah.
It's taken us years to kind of get that back out of our neighborhood to some extent. So I guess we're so far from funding this thing, but I just wanna say, like, people just put like loam and seed, and then, you know, like, it's actually just dirt and grass seed or something. Anyway, I'm not really sure why we would put I understand what you're saying. It's a very steep road, so the idea that we are somehow saving water from going into what are essentially all uphill driveways there doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It just seems expensive, frankly. That's a lot of granite
Well,
to
it-
side an entire,
It protects the edge of the road too, so,
yeah,
like you said, if you just have dirt there,
yeah,
and it is steep, especially once you get past on the corner,
yeah.
you start going down, and that erodes the edge, and that causes your edge, if you put the curbing in, whether, it could be Cape Cod berm or anything, it protects the edge of the pavement, so it doesn't, in 10 years, you don't start to get the edge of the pavement.
I understand,
Breaking
okay,
it back.
yeah, all right.
That's the
A lot of
real,
granite,
that's
yeah.
probably, in this scenario, keeps the stormwater in the gut, so the gut, there's no washouts.
Mhm,
And especially when you do new construction, as everybody knows, you know,
mhm.
the edge of the road is soft and can very easily be eroded.
And so when you put granite like that in, it's not like cement where you have to dig at a 4-foot base or whatever to put it
Oh,
in?
no, it's a granite curb, or it could be precast concrete, depending on what the town decides. Granite curbs 18 to 19 inches high,
Yeah.
and they're 5 inches wide. And then you just put it in the ground, and then you put concrete in front of it, and that anchors it so it won't tip over.
Mhm,
And the plow hits it and everything,
Yeah.
and then you don't, that's it.
okay.
So it's buried about 12 inches.
Is that going to go, from Franklin Street down to the tracks? I don't, just curious, because that's the edge of the property where we live.
Yeah.
And that has been a problem road.
Franklin Street down to the tracks. No, we're not,
You're not going that far, okay, just curious,
no,
It goes to School Street.
stop at Franklin Street.
okay, just curious.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I apologize. We do go down to the tracks where we stop the paving for the tracks. I was mixed up on where it was Franklin Street.
Like I said, that, we have the slope coming
Yeah.
down from the property, but when the water comes down on that side, it has,
Does- This does
eroded
exactly
it.
what, yeah.
On Bray Road, what is, proposed straw wattle
Straw
erosion?
wattle. So that's just, it's like, it could be hay bales, or straw bales, not hay bales. So when we're doing, that's probably where the culvert is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we do the culvert work, you have to protect the stream from silt or, you know, when we disturb the
So
ground.
that's just during
That's
construction?
Yeah,
temporary,
just
that goes in,
construction,
comes out.
yeah, they comes out when they're done.
We will
Yeah.
make sure they take it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes they leave it.
All right.
So the stream is classified as a river, which means we have to file with the Conservation Commission, so it's under the rivers, under the Wetlands Protection Act. The intent is that if we're okay with tonight, we would file next week and probably, be at the January 6th meeting, I think it's the 6th, of the Conservation Commission. So the permit would be in place should you ever decide to go forward. It's good for 3 years.
This would be primarily for Bray Road.
Just for Bray
Bray
Road,
Road,
that's
yeah.
it's only gonna be for the basically
Yeah.
it's only for the culvert.
Yeah.
Just the culvert that you're gonna be relining.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just more common sense, and you'll lose a little bit on the inside, it's a 48 inch, so you'll lose an inch or two, but it'll be much smoother than
Mhm.
hydraulically, it'll be equal capacity, let's put it that way.
Excellent.
Is there a lot of needing to take land as part of this?
No, there's no need to take there's no need to take any land, but to do the work in her back, we need her permission, and if Dan agrees to what we wanna do with that wall, we need his permission.
Yeah,
And a construction easement would suffice, you do not need to do a permanent easement.
Thank you.
So how, when you do the work on the culvert, my property abuts Bray
Okay,
Creek,
yep.
so how would you access it? It's,
We'd access it from the street. They-
Oh, you do?
Yep. They would just come down where the head wall is, and then what they would have to do is, they're gonna have to do the line, or they're gonna have to bypass pump it. So they'll put a pump in on the upstream side, and they'll pump it over to the downstream side. It'll be done, it's never dry. I don't know, is it ever dry?
no,
Yeah. That's why it's called a perennial stream.
right.
So we would do it in the idea would be to do it in like July, August, or September.
I mean, it's pretty low in
Yeah.
the summer.
Yeah, because the pictures that we have, right, that was like, the same day that he was out there visiting with you, so it's within the last 3 weeks. There was only about 2 inches of water. Very
But,
simple.
I mean, sometimes, like, there was
Oh, I
a
bet that it's-
flood, I guess it was July 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And Bray Creek, I mean, it really, it flooded the whole area right above Bray Road.
Yeah.
So,
You-
yeah,
You could tell in looking at it that there is, when it does flood,
yeah.
and roughly where it goes to.
So my question is, are we gonna get the money for this? How are we gonna get the money for this?
Well, along with the school and the tech school, it's just pocket change.
You're already a long ways from having people fill out surveys and that kind of thing, right?
We're actually qualified right now for the
Oh.
next 3 years.
Oh, I see.
In order to actually let them pay, the CDBG pay for the design work, we had to qualify
I
based
see.
on income and
Mhm.
conditions, so we've got 3 years to start that process.
All right. Any other
So-
questions?
It's, I think everybody's comfortable with the mic, there's no decisions, or
Yeah.
comfortable with the sidewalk, so, proposal, the changes. No hard decisions for the board to make
Oh,
this
I
time
think
around.
No.
2 meetings and answering every question we could think of.
All right.
Okay.
And it was great that Lucas came out and met with us.
Good.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry I couldn't make it.
That helped with Peggy
was a
smiling,
good
so I'm happy,
representative.
so.
He
Yeah.
asked me lots of questions, he wanted to see a lot of things, I
Good.
explained as much as I remembered from years ago, probably back in, I don't know, late 60s, early 70s, when they worked on that and put in all the new sewer pipes and whatever else they did, because I visually can see the trucks in the middle of the yard digging up the front yard, they dug it up twice,
Yeah.
with putting the pipes through. And, yeah, I have my little river that comes through, so.
You can name it.
On Monroe?
I always say I
Is it
just
water
have a
pipe
river that
replacement
runs
on
through it in my story.
Okay.
That title's already used.
All right.
Thank you.
I thank you again.
Thank you,
yeah.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Now, all we need to do is
And
find
the nice part
$2.3
is
million, right?
We've already
Yeah.
banged through the rest of our stuff.
But that, I think you missed one
Any other
person.
further public comment? Bearing none, we've already gone through our summer meetings and
Mike, you want these back?
I'll make a
I
motion
don't know
to
if you need them
adjourn.
for another, okay.
Second it.
Good, thank you.
I'll put it in
We
my,
made a motion to adjourn, Larry.
I'll
Let's
second it.
finish up. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, guys, and have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too, Rick.
Mike,
Take
you
care.
want them back?
I'm good.
I'll hang them
I
up.
thought
wallpaper
there
is
was so many people here last time. I said, all right, I'm gonna make 20.
Start Dana.
Still fine. Hold on to it till we find